Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Captain's Table. I am your host, Captain B-Nard, and the topic of discussion today is going to be the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. And here to discuss that with me, making his fifth appearance on the Captain's Table, of course, it is going to be our friend and fellow PokeTuber, the infamous Joey Fontaine. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. And I'm so glad that you keep track of how many times I've been on the captain's table.
No problem, buddy. It's what I do. I'm a record keeper. I'm a numbers man, and yeah. But yeah, as far as the discussion goes today, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. We're just going to talk about the DLC here. So it's been, I want to say, by the time this goes up, it'll have been a couple of weeks now. I think that we got the DLC announcement. So yeah, we're just going to kind of go over what information we do have, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Yep.
All right, so we'll just jump right into it then. For those of you who don't know, which I assume is probably nobody, so they announced on Pokemon Day, which was February 27th, I believe, 28th or 27th. I think it was 27th. They announced the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet official DLC. That is going to be they're calling it the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, which is going to come in two parts, which I believe are, I think they're the Teal Mask and the Indigo Disc is what they're called, I believe. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, um, very similar to the Sword and Shield DLC. So it's coming in two parts as of right now. Okay, this is the first little thing that I want to touch on. So according to the announcement in the video, as far as release date goes for these, they told us that the Teal Mask is going to be the first half of the DLC. They said we were going to be getting that in fall of this year, 2023, and then for the Indigo Disc, they said we were going to be getting that in winter of 2023. However, I don't know if you noticed if you bought did you buy the or pre-order the DLC yet, Joey?
No, I didn't. I don't know how much it costs. I didn't really look it up.
Okay,
And
we'll get into that
with the
definitely for
train wreck
sure.
of this game, with the train wreck of this game, I don't know. I'm gonna spend like $40 on the DLC, but unless I have to.
Fair enough. So definitely going to talk about that. Don't worry. Um, Money will always be part of the discussion here when it comes to Pokemon. Um, but yeah, the interesting thing to me is that I see that on there, but then I actually did already pre-order the DLC, which is, by the way, in America, it is $35, which is a price hike from the Sword and Shield DLC, which I thought was overpriced as is. So, needless to say, I definitely think this DLC is overpriced. Having said that, we don't know, obviously, the full extent of what we're going to get out of this DLC. So who knows? Maybe it'll end up being more worth it. I know, personally speaking, I think that going back to Sword and Shield again, because that was the first time we ever had DLC on a Pokemon game. I think that that was definitely overpriced for what it was. So yeah, we got access to like all those extra Pokemon that we didn't have in the Generation 8 Pokédex, but at the same time, there wasn't a whole lot of content there. And I kind of, based on the way the Pokemon franchises has been moving, I kind of doubt that there's going to be $35 worth of content in this DLC either. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, back to my initial point. Um, so I pre-ordered the DLC, and it says on the Switch that the Teal Mask is slated to be released in December of, I think it's December 31st, and the Indigo Disc is slated to be released April 1st, I think, or something. So I don't know if that is accurate or not. I'm not sure which dates that they gave us are accurate or not. Have you heard anything more about that, Joey, or not really?
No, because I didn't pre-order it,
Okay.
and then I didn't really look it up yet.
Okay, yeah, so that was one thing.
I look at when I look at that, like those Pokemon just look stupid.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that too.
The
Yeah,
picture on
definitely.
the images.
Yeah, one of the key features, obviously, we're always going to be paying attention to the new Pokemon. So, are you talking about the looks what looks like to be the legendary trio of the Teal Mask, or are you talking about the just the
Yeah,
cover,
well, both of them just look stupid.
the legendary trio where the cover Pokemon are all five of them?
Yeah,
Everything. Okay, so as far as the cover Pokemon goes, you can see those on the beautiful low quality thumbnail here. So we'll talk about those first, I suppose. Um, so the legendary or the teal mask Pokemon, I don't think we have a name for that for any of these Pokemon. I don't know that we do.
I don't even get a. We didn't get a name yet, so that might come in the future.
Yeah, so we don't have names or typings or anything like that yet for any of these Pokemon. I mean, we have names for the legendary trio that we're going to see in the teal mask, which we'll get to in a second. But so the teal mask mascot Pokemon on the cover there, it kind of looks like a green like bird kind of thing, which like I'm not really feeling that thing. I don't think it looks too good to be honest with you. I think it looks kind of stupid. I know you were kind of saying the same thing. Um,
Yeah,
but I do kind of like the Indigo Disc Pokemon. It kind of looks like a turtle, and it looks like it has all the different types on its like shell. So
good. We can use it to scare Pennywise away.
there you go. um, but yeah, so I actually do kind of like that thing. I think it's pretty neat looking, pretty cool looking. But the other new Pokemon that we're supposed to be getting that we actually do have names for is there's this legendary trio. They're called the Heroes of Kitakami, I believe is what it
Close
is.
enough.
Close
I
enough,
trust
yes.
your judgment in reading.
So yeah, so time to butcher some more names here. So we got this legendary trio is we have Ukadagi, Munkidori, and Pheasant Die Pity. Yeah. So I just want to start off by saying the first one here is Ukadagi, and this thing looks stupid as hell. I gotta tell you, like this thing looks awful.
I
It
thought you had a different opinion, and I
it
say it's stupid.
yeah, no, it looks like a biker gang had an illegitimate baby with like a dog, and that's what
That
it
sounds
is.
kind of wrong.
Yeah, it looks terrible. It's like green and black, and it's got like purple accents, and it's got like something that looks like a purple scarf on. Like I don't know, it looks really stupid. I don't know what they were thinking with this thing. I think it looks terrible.
Well, they make the and you hate the water starter, so you touched based on that last
Last video.
Captain's table, and you say you hate the design of it.
Yeah, Quackleval. I am not a fan of Quackleval at all, but yeah, that we did cover that. But as far as these Pokemon go, we have that thing. I don't know. Then we have the Munkidori, which is like it's a well, as you would expect, it's a monkey. But it's a really it looks like a piece of wood that someone like put like a monkey skin on. Like it looks like again, it looks really stupid. Like I don't know what they were thinking with this design. Like I get they're trying to go with like a tribal island type feel. It looks like for the teal mask side of things, but I mean, come on, like this is just ridiculous. Like these designs are really bad. Now, the one design that I will say I do like is the last one, and that one is the Pheasant de Pity. And that is like this. It looks kind of like a vulture, like a bird. It's a bird, but it looks kind of like a vulture a little bit, crossed with some sort of tropical bird. So this thing actually looks pretty cool, I think. So yeah, it's like orange and black, and it's got some pink on it. But yeah, I actually do like that thing. So I guess 2 out of 5 ain't bad. We got two that look nice and three that look god awful. I think. But how do you feel about any of those Pokemon, Joe? You think they all look bad or
Well, let me just look at them again.
okay?
Let me show you still here. I'm gonna minimize the voice chat. Are you there?
I'm here.
Just checking. I don't want to no lose you, and I
Just
because
just
I'm
don't
using a tablet and I don't tablet.
just don't hit that X. So and then you'll
All
be
right, I
good.
will.
So while you're looking that up, um, I'll also throw in as from a Pokemon perspective, which with these DLCs, they've said that we're going to get over 230 returning Pokemon from generations past coming back in these DLCs combined. So that would be probably somewhere between maybe 100, 115, 120 ish Pokemon coming back in each segment of the DLC. So again, very similar to um, to what they did with the Sword and Shield DLC, and they have confirmed a handful of Pokemon of these ones that are coming back. So I think they have them separated by two different groups. So I'm going to assume that the first group is Pokemon that are going to come back in the Teal Mask, and then the second group is going to be Pokemon that will come back in the Indigo Disc. But in the Teal Mask, a couple notable ones that are returning are we have a Milotic,
I
Shiftry.
can't wait. Nice Pokemon. I miss my latte.
Yep. Ninetales. I'm a big fan of Ninetales, and I miss that. So
Ooh,
Vikavolt.
another drought user. I love it. And Bootso, and I love it.
Yeah, so a drought user, and if we get the access to a lowland Ninetales, also the snow
Hell.
warning, yeah, snow warning user. So that's
Well,
nice.
at least they call it snow running and not gonna be hail running. That's
Exactly. Um, and then
it's
in the
gone. It's snow now.
right, and then in the second grouping, not I don't think most of these Pokemon are as important, but well, aside from Metagross, Metagross is one of the ones that looks like it'll be in the Indigo Disc. Um, Metagross, Alcremie from Generation 8, Whimsicott, yep, from Generation 5, among other things. So,
I troll people with oh my god, the good old days
yeah,
when I've been
exactly.
homeless.
It was a simpler time, the DS Pokemon days. But yeah, so those are the notable ones, I think. But like I said, the 230, over 230, they're saying Pokemon that are going to be coming back. Um, so I think that's a good thing. One of the biggest problems that I have, and I had this problem with Sword and Shield before the DLC, and obviously going to have the same problem with Scarlet and Violet before the DLC, is obviously the minimal Pokédex. So if we get, let's just take that number at face value. If we get 230 Pokemon, and let's say for argument's sake that those 230 Pokemon are different than the ones that they've been doing events for, because we've had about a handful of Pokemon like the that are not in the Paldea Pokédex that they've done the events for, and now they're in the game, like Charizard, Greninja, etc. I think they're coming out with a Decidueye one soon, I believe. Um,
All
so
right.
so if we add all that up, the total number in the Paldea Pokédex, or in Generation 9 that we're going to have access to, will looks like it'll probably be, and then we have to factor in the new Pokemon too. So I'm going to guess we'll probably be sitting at about 650 total after all the DLC comes out, which I think is a good number actually. I don't have a too much of a problem with that, although that's going to be probably approximately 650 out of, at this point we'll be well over 1,000. We are
What I'm
well over.
looking at right now is Ukiduji or whatever
Yep.
this guy.
Ookie Doogie or Ookie Doggy. That's the first one. Yep.
So what the hell is this? Oh, you do like this one or no?
No, no, that's I do not like that at all. I am not a
It
fan.
it looks like what is it? King Kong had sex with Pangoro, and I just try to get caught.
Well,
Pangoro.
I said it was like a biker guy had sex with a dog, but I guess I guess either way. But yeah, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good. So
All right, so right now I'm on the website right now. It just showed me that one. Apparently, I don't know. Oh, okay. I might have to go down.
if
So
you
it is
if you're on
more
the
Pokemon Return.
if you're
Oh,
on
I
the
can't wait to use Vic.
if you're on the official website, which I believe I am as well, there's arrows below that guy, and if you arrow over to the right, that's when you get to see the other two.
Oh,
Um,
ew! What the hell is this?
you're looking at the monkey,
Mujiri? Is that the first stage?
the Monkadori.
Yes, that has like a pink in on his head. It looks like a first stage. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like to me it looks like they have a log and they like put a monkey skin over a log. Like I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
feeling that thing
so
either.
yeah,
I think that
the
thing.
boat. Yeah, like you said, the boat actually look a lot better
Yeah, I
than
like.
any of them.
Yeah,
There's too much monkeys in this game.
there are a lot. That is that is true.
Game Freak basically mold primate and make it a ghost type.
Yeah, there's a lot of monkeys and there's a lot of dogs in Generation 9 for some reason. But
They,
but
they love the animals.
what's that? What's that, Joey?
They love the animals.
Oh
So
yeah, well every Pokemon is based on either some sort of animal or plant or inanimate object, but whatever.
I don't
So
know. They really bring trash.
yeah, so yeah, it looks like we're kind of on the same page here as far as the new ones that we're going to be getting out of this DLC go. Um, is so yeah, I think like I said, I think those three look pretty dumb. I like the like I said, I kind of like the turtle, the indigo disc, and I kind of like the bird, the pheasant
It might
dipity.
have some broken stats, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, if Generation 9 has taught us anything, it's that they were. It feels like they were just trying to make Pokemon broken, like which is stupid to me because I like to use Pokemon competitively, and I don't like when they go to Ubers because I don't play Ubers. So yeah, I'm not happy when they make something like how they have like Chen Pao's in Ubers now, like for example, or because I really like Chen Pao. I think it's one of the best Pokemon designs of this generation, hands down. Um,
Yeah, they banned it because nobody can switch in, but a lot of people are just crying, and the fire starter actually walls the hell out of it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like I don't understand. Like and this is a little bit of a tangent here, but we got time, so we'll do it. Um, I don't understand why Game Freak or why Smugon is so ban happy this generation. I really don't. Like they ban like everything for just about no reason in my opinion. I get it. I understand they have said like, "Oh, well this is going to change when the DLC comes out and all that." I get that.
The DLC gonna have Sun. That Rick Moon, that Walking Rick is gonna go. Either
Yeah,
before that or after.
well I was
Ninetales is banned.
Well, that's a good segue actually, because going back to topic, um, yeah. Well, to finish my thought briefly, I think they're ban happy. I think it's a mistake. I think most of the Pokemon that they banned thus far in this generation have no business being banned, but that's just me. But that's a good segue. Speaking of Walking Wake, because on Pokemon Day, we got the information, which I'm sure you're all aware of at this point as well, that they were going to be doing raids for two new Paradox Pokemon that they dropped, and that is going to be Walking Wake, which is the Paradox Suicune, and Iron Leaves, the Paradox Virizion. So, and then as another side note, you also get when you pre-order the DLC, you get a code that you can use to get a Hisuian or Hisuian Zoroark as well. So, as well as some other stuff, which we'll get into in a second. But as far as the Pokemon, because that's the most important part of this, obviously, because the game's called Pokemon for a reason. Um, the Walking Wake, this is going to be an unpopular opinion because I know a lot of people really like Walking Wake. I am not really a fan of it. I don't. I think it deviates so much from the original with the original Suicune. It's like they took Suicune, which is like this water dog thing, and they turned it into like a Velociraptor looking thing. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad looking, but I don't know. I don't think everybody's like obsessed with it, and they think it's really it
Also,
looks.
it's broken, by the way.
Yes, it is very, very overpowered competitively for sure. But I'm not really a big fan, to be honest with you.
Is
I
that why you're
actually
not gonna try it? What about your goal about using all the new Pokemon? You're making me cry, B-Nard.
well, I don't know. I don't remember ever stating that goal, Joey. But
No, well, you told me before that you want to use all the new Pokemon.
I don't remember that. I mean, I said I wanted to use a lot of the new Pokemon, not all of them. But I do.
Please tell me you're gonna use Iron. Are you gonna use Iron Leaves before? I don't think you're gonna ban that.
No, Iron Leaves is not. So I actually like Iron Leaves quite a lot, actually. So I might be putting that on a future team. Spoiler alert. Not that
My video will
anybody
be out in
cares.
a while, so it's your channel spoiling.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it won't. It's no big deal. Um, but yeah, I mean, Iron Leaves I like. And so yeah, I mean I like it, and I might use it. I do like the design, and I like Virizion. Like this is another unpopular opinion, I think, because a lot of people hate on Virizion, but I Virizion is actually my favorite one of the trio that trio of the Swords of Justice from Generation 5. Virizion is actually my favorite, even though it's technically a quartet with Keldeo, but We don't need to talk about that. But yeah, Virizion is actually my favorite of all of them, all four of them. So I am happy that, and Iron Leaves is kind of cool, I think. So I might be using that. But yeah. But yeah, how do you feel?
What if they make a B-Nard? What if they make a paradox version of the Edo trio? The Edo trio.
I doubt they will, but if they did, so here's one of the reasons why. Going back to the Walking Wake thing for a second, here's one of the reasons why I kind of don't like Walking Wake is because I think if they were going to choose one of that trio between Entei, Raikou, and Suicune to do a past paradox form of, you literally have Raikou that's a fucking saber-toothed tiger. So like, what the fuck? Like, it's right there staring you in the face.
Yeah,
Like,
because both of them get a movie. Suicune was in a movie, and so does Entei.
yeah, and
Raikou only was in a TV show.
Raikou gets snubbed. I know Raikou is, as in case you can't tell, Raikou I think is actually my favorite of that trio of the legendary
I like
dogs.
Raikou more than anything. I like tigers.
Yes, it's a cool Pokemon. So, but that was just, to me, that's such a no-brainer. Like it is already a saber-toothed tiger. So like you could have really made like a badass variant of that, past variant of that. But whatever, missed opportunity. But what can you do? So yeah,
I can't do nothing with that.
exactly. Now, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think as far as the new Pokemon go, like that's
So
all the
yeah, are you looking forward for Mega?
yeah, that's one of the Pokemon that's coming back. I do actually like Yanmega. I've used it
I
before.
have the I have the list up in here.
Yep.
Well, it's on my screen.
Yeah, I
So
saw
I have
that.
all the Pokemon. Well, you don't. Well, I have the list right here.
Yep.
So Milotic is people gonna bring out here. People are gonna be stalling with Milotic.
Yeah, absolutely. Um,
Everyone's gonna be wearing Flame Hub Milotic. We need to hex this instead.
yeah. Yeah, I think I kind of the other ones. So yeah, I know there's a bunch of other stuff on there. There's a Chingling, which I don't really Chimecho. I don't really care about that too much.
I don't care either. Oh,
Um,
Vikavolt is gonna hit like a truck.
yeah, I do miss Vikavolt. It is another Pokemon that hasn't been around in quite a while. So
I might have to tail ground I hope it get mud shot in this game.
yeah. Um, and then as I think we talked about most of the other ones there, and then as far as the Indigo Disc Pokemon that are confirmed,
The
we're
Pokemon just looks stupid besides Metagross.
yeah, we're getting Dugong, which I couldn't care less about.
And I say
Zebstrika.
screw Dugong.
Don't really care
Well,
about
every time I face
Zebstrika.
Dugong, it's hydration, rest, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not wasting my time with that. And then,
They better take away Toxic from Dugong. I don't need to stall out the game.
well, they did take a lot of that away. I think they took Toxic away from most Pokemon, so I wouldn't worry about that. And then we're getting Esper, I think it's, or whatever it's called. What's the evolution? Damn, I'm blanking on it. From Generation 6, I believe it was, or 7.
Garurita is the second stage.
Yeah.
Garurita.
No, I'm talking about the psychic cat thing. You used to use it, if I remember correctly.
Gothitail.
What's that?
Which
Oh,
post you talking about?
Meow Stick. That's what it is. Meow Stick.
Oh,
So I know
yeah.
you used to use that thing. I don't really care about that thing, but I know you used to use it for use it as a screener, which when it was decent as a screener. Um, but yeah, so I think it's
Prankster, and they also get Safeguard.
yeah,
That's annoying. I got you with that.
yes. um, but yeah, I think that's it as far as the actual Pokemon go that we know. So
I wish we get more than just what is it? One, two, three, four. We get six Pokemon
well,
out.
like I said, it says we're going to be getting a total of 230 returning Pokemon. Which, so this could go one of two ways. They could count like in that number, that 230 number. They might be including like the Pokemon that are already coded in the game, because I'm sure you saw the data mine about that. How they have like all the Hisuian forms and the some other
Yeah.
random Pokemon coded in the game already, even though they haven't technically been released. And they're just kind of doing like a slow drip with that, like with Charizard and Greninja, and like I said, with all that. So those Pokemon might be included in that 230 number. That would be worst case scenario. That would knock it down a little bit. But even if that's the case, we're still looking at like well over 200 Pokemon coming back. In the DLC, which is about what we got in the Sword and Shield DLC as well, the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. So Um, so I think as far as the Pokemon aspect of it goes, and then we got like I think one new Pokemon, or technically two, I guess. Um, Two or three new Pokemon in each. Or I guess in the Isle of Armor we only got the one. We got the Urshifu, Cubfu technically, I suppose too. And
Yeah,
then
but we get a total of 8 battles. Ouch. And
yeah,
then we do a goose chase.
yeah,
We basically use. Remember, we have to do a psychic Pokemon. That's a psychic type, for God's sakes.
yes.
That we have to do the errands for to make it better.
Oh,
What the hell?
yeah,
It's a
you're t-
psychic type. And it just appears behind you
yeah,
after you do your task.
you're talking about the Crown Tundra with Calyrex. Yeah, and then we got Calyrex and Spectrier and Glastrier out of that. So it looks like we're in. It looks like the Scarlet and Violet DLC is gonna pretty much mirror the Sword and Shield DLC, which I don't hate, to be honest with you, because I thought that DLC, generally speaking, I thought DLC was a good thing for Pokemon, especially if they're going to be releasing games the way that they're releasing them now, which is like they're pretty limited on release because they have the 400 the 400 Pokemon decks, and so it is definitely a good thing to have DLC in the Pokemon games in this day and age. That's 100%. Um, I
I
think
wish they charge less.
what's that?
I wish they charge less.
Yeah, that's a big thing, a big issue that I have with the DLC. I think is cost, and actually with the overall cost of Pokemon these days, because we've talked about this many times before, but this does bear repeating. I think. So we have you pay $60 for the game, right? For the either Scarlet or Violet or whatever the case may be. Um,
I'll pay 90.
yeah, so it's 60 American, 90 Canadian. That's a lot of money. And then you're looking at so it's 35 American. I think you said it's what, like 45 Canadian for the DLC.
Probably like that.
Yeah, so you're looking at so American after tax and whatnot, you're looking at well over $100 American for the Pokemon and the DLC, and then in Canada you're looking at what, over like $140 after
So being
tax.
I actually bought 2 copies of the game. I have the other game over here.
Oh, so you're looking at a lot more. Yeah, because you got Scarlet. You always get those twin packs, so
It's somewhere over here. I'd
you're
have to find it.
you are spending like there's no tomorrow, my friend. So
Yeah, I own both copies. I didn't even open Violet. I have
I gotcha.
so I have it and I didn't open it.
I gotcha. So yeah, the money thing, you know, it's getting old, I guess, but at the same time, like this is just the way it is now. So that's why when I found out about the DLC and how much it was, I think I got it the next day. I did not get it on the day that they announced it, but I did get it the next day because I thought about it for a second and I was like, you know what? Who am I kidding? Like I'm gonna get it. Like there's no way I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not happy about it. Don't get me wrong, because I think that it is a rip. And like I said, I think so. My thought about the Sword and Shield DLC was, if they would have charged like half of what they did for it, that would be fair. That would be a fair price for the content that you're receiving in that DLC.
Yeah.
Now, I think it'll probably end up being the same for the Scarlet and Violet DLC, whereas it'll probably be, if it was like $20 instead of 35 American, I think that would be more reasonable. I think that would probably end up being a fairer price, but at the same time, the problem right now with Pokemon, generally speaking, I think, is they know there's so many people out there like you and me that are just going to buy whatever the hell they do. And
Well, I'm still gonna get the DLC. I
yeah,
work now, so I can afford it.
there you go.
It's just annoying because I have to keep digging out money for a game that I play for over 20 years.
Yeah, no, I understand it. And don't get me wrong, I understand things, the cost of things go up over time. I get that. But like at the same time, I think we have to be fair and objective, and if we think something is overpriced, it's only fair to point it out, which I think the last DLC was overpriced. I think this DLC is also overpriced. But at the end of the day, like I said, I can't not buy it. because I'm a Pokemon fan. I'm a PokeTuber,
Yeah,
kind of, sorta, you know. um,
yep.
so I gotta have it. So, but yeah, that just kind of is what it is with that. Additionally, with the pre-order, as a side note, um, you also get with the pre-order, you get some new outfits, which you might get with the main game anyway. Which I gotta tell you, um, these outfits, I'm not digging these outfits either. Like, I still, to this day, it still just bothers me, like, the lack of customization as far as the clothing goes on these games. And I never thought I would say that, because I used to mock it. I'm sure you remember in Sword and Shield, like, there were so many customization options. I would just mock it and I'd be like, "Oh, this is so unnecessary." Um, but now it's like in Scarlet and Violet, they've gone the complete opposite direction, and now there's not enough customization options for your outfits. Like, I don't want to be stuck in these, like, either freaking clown pants or like booty shorts, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what all these outfits are. You're either like, if you're on Scarlet, I mean, I think Violet, you have it a little. You guys who have Violet, you have it a little bit better, to be honest, because that stuff is more like dark purple, which looks like almost blue, and then you have like black in the outfits too. But for the Scarlet players, I think we have the short end of the stick, because, like, we have these freaking, like, orange striped clown pants that we have to wear. We got, like, these, like, booty
Yeah.
shorts, or the new ones are, and it's embarrassing, but this is the best one of the new outfits, I think, is you have the this freaking, like, orange slice, like, full on orange slice suit. It's just like, I I I don't understand like, the clothing customization options. I don't understand, like,
So
it.
B-Nard, if you like it so much, I can get you the outfit in real life.
No, no, that won't be necessary. But
I
uh,
want to see your reaction.
yeah. Well, thanks for that. Thanks for being so thoughtful. But I think I'm gonna pass on that. But yeah, I mean, that's I think as of now, I think that's really all we know about the DLC. So obviously, like I said, this was something that had come out a couple of weeks ago at this point. So we're pretty limited in the information as far as what this is going to entail. But like I said, to me, this really feels like it's going to play out pretty much identical to the Sword and Shield DLC. But how do you feel about it, Joey? Do you agree with that? Disagree with that? Do you have any? What are your overall thoughts on the Scarlet and Violet DLC thus far?
I'm just hoping we have more battle ring, not fetch crest. That
Mm.
what I'm hoping for.
Well, I think you'll be
I
disappointed.
didn't like have to do. Like I'm a trainer and I become a champion. My best, we get a free ticket going to a new place that basically a fetch quest.
Yeah, I think you're going to be disappointed if you're hoping for anything other than a fetch quest. I think you're going to be
We're
disappointed.
paying like $40. I hope the $40 include both of them, like the old games,
Yeah,
like Sword and Shield.
yeah.
And then you have to. I hope I hope there's a lot of battles. Or a lot of people now you can avoid the battles. Anybody get in my way, I put them down.
Just like in competitive, right, Joey?
Yes, they get this. This I will talk to them if they want to battle me, and I will put them down.
There you go.
A lot of people actually in the this game they skip the trainers and then head straight to the. Then they wonder why they're not strong enough.
Yeah, I didn't try to avoid the trainers, typically speaking. I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually think that was a nice feature that you had that option in this game, so you could, like, if you needed a second to, like, heal up, or whatever, or say you just, like, wanted to skip past it and come back to it later, you could do that. But I typically wasn't doing that too much myself, although I did appreciate the option to do that. Um,
You also, if you notice, most Pokemon centers, there's always a guy in a black outfit. It let you know how many trainers you beat, and you get awards for it.
yes, 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 I did notice that. I did take full advantage of that. So, yeah, they give you some pretty decent items for free there, which is nice. Um, so,
I don't like the TM building in this game. You have to use Pokemon. That's just nasty.
yeah, I gotta tell you. So we can kind of, since yeah, we can kind of move on to a little bit of a more of a critique of the game as a whole for a little bit here, I suppose, because like I said, that's pretty much it as far as what we know for the DLC. But I do agree with you there. I actually don't like the TM crafting mechanic in this game in the sense that I just wish you could just charge me like a few thousand Poké dollars and just let me have the TM. You know, like it just seems
Yeah,
like that was an idea that a concept that they brought forward from Arceus, and I think it worked in Arceus. Although I didn't play Arceus, I saw people play it, and it looked fun enough.
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy Let's Go either.
Yeah. So I thought that concept worked for uh, Arceus, but I don't really think it works for this game because it's just so tedious, like it's very tedious. And then like say you want to teach your Pokemon Thunderbolt or whatever, and it's like, oh well, I gotta go kill like 5 Pikachus now. Where are they? So now I gotta go to, instead of just paying a few thousand Poké dollars in the game for it, now I have to go find a bunch of Pikachu and kill them, and then I got to go find a bunch of some other Pokemon and kill them. And now, after all that's said and done,
Fetch Quest. B-Nard, it never ends. Fetch Quest.
yeah, exactly. And now and then on top of that, I need to spend like LP league points to create it too. So it's like I'm not a fan of that. It's too it's too tedious, I think. But it's not a deal breaker for me. Um, there are definitely worse problems with this game than that, like mainly the graphical
Uh,
glitches that um, still persist to this day, despite all of the supposed patching and fixing they've done. Um,
yeah, Pokemon land right in the ground.
Yeah, they still do that. Like if you watch my battles or anyone's battles for that matter, you'll see it right in the beginning.
This
Yeah.
is only when the battle begins. It usually only at the beginning though.
Yeah, so that's it is what it is. Like again, that's not particularly a deal breaker for me. It's just at this point, I guess I've kind of gotten so used to it at this point that I'm just like,
Uh,
even though it sucks, don't get me wrong, like to have a game like this that's one of the most profitable franchises in the world to not be able to get their shit together for a game like this like is annoying, but
well, uh,
not a deal
B-Nard,
breaker.
they didn't pass PS1 era in graphics yet. They need to.
Yeah, seriously. Um but yeah, it's not a
Actually,
deal breaker.
Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was decent. I love the VSS settings.
Yeah.
Also, the graphics was not too bad. If you want to find a battle, you have a whole selection below your screen to check for battles.
Yes. Yeah, that was that was
The best, the best.
interesting. Yes, it was a neat online interface for sure. Um, I don't really mind the online interface in this game. I like the searching for random opponents. The one thing, and I know we talked about this before off camera. The one thing that does bother me about it is that the like it doesn't seem to really do a very good job matching you with people that are geographically close to you, which is stupid. I think like I get so many like opponents that names I can't pronounce because they're like characters, they're like hieroglyphics, or they're like whatever the case may be. So it's like
Could be a
I
foreign language.
yeah, it's like Japanese or Chinese or Korean or who knows, but it's like I don't understand why that happens so often, and maybe it's just me. I don't know if anyone else has that issue, but
It could be the timing because most people in the world, for example, when I find battles at night, it usually is Japanese people.
yes, that is true. If I've noticed that if I go on later in the day, that's the case. Versus if I'm on earlier in the day, it's more English names. So yeah, that's I have noticed that as well. Um, so yeah,
You
that
can't do nothing about that. It's just timing.
it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, as far as battling goes, while we're on the subject, the uh, timer is getting a little bit of an upgrade. That's one thing that we forgot to talk about with the with
Yeah, only for not singles.
yeah. So it's there was a lot of stuff swirling around this announcement, and there's a lot of confusion I think going around with it. Um, the way I understand it right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, um, but the way I understand this is that the battle timer, now you have the option of changing your setting from a 20-minute timer to a 60-minute timer when you're in tournament mode only. When you're in tournament mode only, I believe it is. Um,
Yeah, and that is only free on free for some odd reason.
Yes. And you need to, in order to do that, you need to like schedule the battle in advance, and you have to go in and join it in advance. I think it is like the day before. Um, so this is not a very practical fix to the timer by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I will say, I think the 20-minute timer has become less of a factor in this game than it was in Sword and Shield and in BDSP, simply by virtue of the fact that they tightened up the game mechanics in this game. So like the animations take shorter, I should say. Um,
Well, I
the
miss Fireball. They ruin it.
well, yeah, that's the some of the animations were ruined by that. You're absolutely right, but nonetheless, they are shorter, take less time. The health bars go down quicker, um, and also the everything just kind of takes a shorter amount of time, I think, to like register. Like they have a little bit of like the leftovers goes faster and like all that, taking damage from end of turn procedures. Um, so so I definitely think while the timer still comes into play for me in my games at this point, I will say that that happens, I think, definitely distinctly less in this game than it did in the previous two games.
Except when you and me battle.
Well, yeah, that's always going to be a timer no matter what we do. So that's that's just the way it goes. When you have people who are highly competitive and taking a reasonable amount of time to think their moves through.
Well,
Unfortunately,
B-Nard, in your defense, you take the most moves. I click my moves immediately. I wait for you.
well, I will next time we have a game. I will try to hurry it up. I know. Um,
I have a clip on Facebook. You thinking you're moving. You already know what move I'm going to use, and I'm going to outspeed you. You
yeah,
took a clean 25 seconds of just inking nothing
yeah.
because I was going to outspeed you in the sun.
Well, I can't. I don't really know what to tell you. That's just sometimes it be like that. That's all I can really say. Um,
I can send you the clip. Don't worry.
you, you
I took it off your video.
that won't be necessary. You don't have to do that. I mean, you can if you really want to. I can't promise I'll watch it, but
It's literally 20 seconds.
well, in that case, I'll probably watch it later. Um, but yeah, I mean, it hasn't. I don't think it's become as much of a problem in this. Like, granted, yes, in some situations, absolutely, it's still not ideal. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I think it has improved since the last couple of games when they implemented the 20
Yeah,
minute
I know. I
timer.
can agree with that.
I just wish, and I know we say this all the time, but it is really true. I really just wish they could give us like 30 minutes, even 25 minutes. Like there are so many games that I have that go to timer that wouldn't go to timer with the mere extra 5 minutes on the timer. That's all it would take. But they seem pretty hell bent on the 20-minute timer for whatever reason. They like to disincentivize singles games for whatever reason. Um, but it
Even
just
though the whole game is mostly singles.
Yeah, exactly. That's the 6v6 is the standard format. So I mean, it's for like, PokeTubers for casual play, like that's just, in game even. So it's like that is the standard type of battle. So I don't know why they don't do a little more to kind of cater to that, but
And who need in the world 60 minutes for a free on free battle in the tournament mode? How
I
long are you playing for?
I was gonna say I don't think that's another thing is like that is wholly unnecessary. Absolutely.
Unless you plan on stalling each other out, that would be a snooze.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a very, very boring game to say the least. And
People
we're,
can make coffee, eat supper while they click some buttons and click install.
yeah,
Nice
no,
60 minutes.
we don't like stall around here. We're content creators, and we have a couple people who watch our videos that want better than that. They demand better than that, and we owe them better than that. So, um, but,
I had to
um,
deal with a baton pass team was scared the hell out of me.
Jesus. Well,
Lucky for people I have experience with baton pass users.
yeah, is Baton Pass banned in this game? I feel like it is,
I
but
don't see nothing online. Hold on, let me just look it up.
Because
Are you on the?
I've been baton passed several times myself, and granted, it's in friendly games and random opponents and that kind of thing. But you see a lot more people baton passing now than you ever did in recent or in previous games, I should say, for whatever reason. So I'm not really sure what the deal with that is, but maybe it's not illegal anymore. I don't know. Although I can't imagine it. Can't imagine it wouldn't be illegal because it just baton pass being illegal just seems like a no brainer to me. But um, I don't know. So
Hold on. Let me look for
yeah, go for it.
looking Scarlet and Violet because it. I don't know why they give me the. Yeah, it is. Baton Pass is banned in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I kind of figured it's just people not playing by the rules as per the usual. But what can we do about that? So
So,
yeah,
Finch, Fish, to know or whatever his name is, said that it's banned when very banned in Skull is only OU. Oh, you can bring Ubers.
oh
I'm kidding,
joy,
no.
there you go.
That
Um,
is banned.
gotcha. Yeah, no, I kind of figured. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think I don't really have too much else to say about any of this right now. I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts about the DLC at this point? I know, like I said, we don't really have a ton of information, but
Well, wait now. I'm waiting for more information before I go pay, but it doesn't matter how I look at it. I'm probably gonna still pay for it.
yep,
I have to go, I have to go get a gift card because running to the store is very fun. I'm kidding. I like going to EV Games. We
there
have
you.
they call EV Games down here, so I just like going there.
Yeah, we had a EB in the states here too. Um,
Nice.
so
We used to have Game Bus that closed down.
yeah, we have get a lot of GameStop down here as well. Um, but yeah, do you have anything else you want to say as far as Scarlet and Violet itself? How are you enjoying competitive on Scarlet and Violet, generally speaking? Aside from all that,
I think walking rake should be banned. It's broken in the rain and in the sun.
that it is, that it is. It is.
In the rain, they get boosted by the water move, and they get sun. They get 50% boost in the sun.
Yeah,
That dragon is mountain skin,
yeah. No, it's a pretty broken Pokemon. I will give you that absolutely.
and
Um,
also it doesn't get ice beam.
well, that's a good thing at least. It's they couldn't make it completely unstoppable. So it's
It gets flame for it, by the way.
mm, that I did know. I did check it out when it got released. Um, yeah, who knows? Maybe it'll go on. I mean, there's things that are not nearly as good as that are banned. I think in this generation. So I mean, why not that too? I guess.
Well,
But
you're getting suspect tests right now, so that one I'm trying to get some battles with my team. If once they done the battles, I can when they announce it being banned, I'm done making teams.
gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Like if you see some what is it my battles? Some of the Pokemon are banned, but they battles I had too many battles with that team.
yeah,
I'm gonna try to get have as much fun I can get before they kick the curve.
yeah, I kind of had that same thing happen to me. Although I think I was so with my first team, which was just my in-game team. I had a Houndstone and a Palafin on it, and they both got hit like right away. So then I'm like having battles with this team, and then people are like, "Oh, it's banned, it's banned." I'm like, "Well, I like it just got banned like last week, and I already made this team, so I want to use it, you know." But like,
Yeah, like last week I used I mean it last week. I remember I tell you I had a psychic train team. It was
yeah,
I showed Jack and he called me a name.
yes,
If we could have GM Pound and I had Chi Yu on the same team with psychic terrain.
multiple banned Pokemon, and there you go.
I made the team and I wanted to use it before because it was GM Pound was the only thing that was banned at the time when I made it. It was a while ago. So
You mean
I wanted to use it on the team, and I told people on randoms. Oh, I talked to the people in the Discord if they're okay.
yeah, I mean that is something that I have seen as a side note here. Um, I have seen people like agree to use like an Uber because like stuff that are technically Uber, but like are again in my opinion not broken enough to be Uber. Sometimes if people, people will not care if you get battles off Discord and you're just like, hey, I have this Pokemon. Is it a problem? And then a lot of people just be like, nah, it's whatever. I don't care as long as it's not like a box art legendary. Um, so
Did I tell you? Did you saw in the chat? It's so funny. Red Zandy, the guy who cheated in the battle, I have him on cheating on YouTube.
nice.
He actually find me on random, and choice scuff knock off my Dragon Poke because use the cat
Okay.
is not out the Dragon Poke, so he was
Yes.
choice scuff. Then he just straight up left. He rage quit.
That's funny.
I'm like, why would you do that? You knock me out.
Yeah, I don't know. Um,
I don't. Comment in he does. He click a move, then he rage quit, then want a rematch. I don't know why.
well, there are definitely some strange people out there on
Then
Discord, on
he
YouTube.
rematched me and changed his lead. I don't know if you saw that video. I need to send it to you if you have. It was so funny. I almost died laughing.
Yeah, I might have to give that a look. It does sound pretty funny. Um,
Also, King Dean is a fake account. And then some guy named Steven in the server that was just not the one that we just see now.
yeah.
Too many people in game named Steven, Chris, and King Dean. His name is King Dean, I believe, in game. But people changed their name to the Discord server. But I know Ricky for a long time,
Uh-huh.
so I know he's not gonna troll the hell out of me.
Discord. The Discord shenanigans are endless. That's for sure. Um,
This is why I stopped taking battles. I take battles from people who actually been online for a long time, or they know me from back in the days.
yes, definitely. That is a safer way to go for sure. Um,
So this is why, and I like bugging Jack because he's afraid of battling me.
good old JW. Um,
Is there
yes.
anything you like to talk about besides from battling? LOL.
No, I think we're pretty
Well,
much good here. So yeah, I think that again, to wrap it up, I think with the DLC, it's again, this is only the first wave of information we have on that, so we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it as more information becomes available. But at this point, I just think it looks like it's definitely just going to be a mirror image of what they did with Sword and Shield, which again, I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, because I did enjoy the Sword and Shield DLC. I thought there it was. Again, I thought it was overpriced. I thought there was not enough content for what they charged. It was a lot of fetch quests, yes, but at the end of the day, it was not bad, and it was necessary to get us more Pokemon in the decks, more content, that kind of thing. So,
are they
um,
gonna bring back the other version of Zapdos and Moltres, or they're not coming back?
I don't think the Galarian birds are not confirmed. I don't believe just yet, although I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll just have to wait and see. I know a lot of the legendaries, or not all, but most legendaries from prior games are coming back in these DLCs. So,
Do we have a list of all the legendaries? We can talk about that, unless you don't have a list.
no, I don't have it right now. I know there's the only thing I have is that information we went over, and then there's that there are a lot of Pokemon from that data mine from like months ago when the game first came out. That there's a lot of Pokemon that are already coded in the game that are not available just yet, and there's a lot of
You have the
legendaries.
list.
Yeah, there's
I have the list right now. So I say
gotcha.
the following legendary Pokemon is in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet will be available in the game one. Oh, and I click it. Oops. I clicked it because I clicked more items. When home capability has been added to Scarlet, we don't know that yet.
Yeah, we're
So
still waiting for
the
that.
regular buds are confirmed, by the way.
Yes, the
Let me just open the website.
the Kanto birds are going to be in there, yeah, but not. I don't know if the Galarian forms are going to be, but yeah, we're still. That's another quick thing is we're still waiting on that Pokemon Home update for sure. Who knows when that's going to come out? Um, but yeah, we are waiting on that. So, um,
I'm looking at the list right now.
okay,
So yeah, the list is okay, we get the free bud. Why we get Mewtwo? That's scary. Nasty Clop Mewtwo is a problem.
well, yeah, we of course we are going to have Mewtwo. Why wouldn't we?
We're gonna have you want me to just name them all or I just show you on the screen? Or I'll just send
Um,
you the picture.
Yeah, no, you don't have to. It's fine. I think I've seen. I don't remember everything off the top of my head, but I know there's a lot of. I think there's like Volcanion, Hoopa, Diancie, um,
Yeah,
the
Metaletta. Oh, I missed my Pokemon.
yeah,
Arceus
Meloetta's
is
on
back. The
there.
take over.
Yeah,
Giratina.
the Gen all the Gen 4 legend box art legendaries are there.
Ooh, Maguna. Oh, Zacian, but they ruined the ability, so it doesn't matter.
The Gen 8 box arts, yeah,
Ooh,
those are there too.
the Rude is back. That that another monkey Pokemon that they can't stop making monkeys.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, that's coming back too. I never got it.
Monkeys, dogs, and animals. There's a lot of animals up in there.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, it'll definitely be something to keep an eye on as more information becomes available. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be again like I think it'll be pretty much the same as what they did in Sword and Shield, and that'll be kind of fine at the end of the day. Expanding the decks is always a good thing, I think. So, um, but yeah, I think that'll about do it for us here. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff. If you did enjoy, stay tuned for more new videos in the future. I do want to thank my guest, Joey Fontaine, for joining me once again to talk about all things Pokemon. So thank you for that, Joey.
No problem. Happy to be here, and hopefully we do it another one if you want with me or somebody else.
Yeah,
But
we might.
we get more information on we get more information basically.
Yes, we'll probably be back here talking about Pokemon. We'll most definitely at some point in the future. Yeah, stay tuned for all that, and that's it. And we'll see you next time.